I just so you know, I mean, I actually had prepared notes, but you know what? What I want to do is something a little bit different because we've had a couple different conversations today in the room on issues. Let me tell you why it kind of hits home when I hear tax policy come up. I'm a tax accountant, okay? I have to do tax planning every single day with my clients. I have to talk about the sunsetting, as they call it in Washington, of the Tax Cut and Jobs Act. Those of you that don't know what the Tax Cut and Jobs Act is, it's the Trump tax cuts, right? Guess what? Small businesses are gonna get a 30% tax increase like this come tax year 2026. However, I'm not running for Congress, so I can't be talking too much about tax policy. I'm running for Winter Springs City Commissioner. And you're probably thinking to yourself, who cares, tax accountant, local race, Winter Springs. If you know, if you follow Winter Springs politics, we have our dirty water and we have our dirtier politics. Well, guess what? I'm not going to talk to you about one political party versus another. We all have access to WebElect. You could go look up right now, Paul Diaz, see where I live, see what my registration is. That's cool. I'm going to talk to you about something very different. And it's statist versus non-statist. What happens is this, yes, like Linda mentioned, that voter guide doesn't have my name on it because all the seats in Winter Springs are Republican. And it's the Republicans that, for the last 5 years, these are nonpartisan races, for the last 5 years have spent tens of millions of dollars. In fact, if you look at the budgets, $20 million a year on wastewater, okay? Now, forget that this problem is decades old. I'm just gonna say the last 5 years, because we have to extrapolate data, okay? If you take the last 5 years worth of data and compound it at a very conservative 3% rate, for the next 10 years, Winter Springs will have spent over $177 million on wastewater without putting a shovel in the ground. Not one bulldozer has moved towards a new wastewater plant. So yes, we still have a wastewater issue. And then our government, our statist government in Winter Springs has the nerve, the chutzpah, to then ask Tallahassee for money. What? So they can squander it like they did with the penny tax, where the bridges weren't even being repaired. And then something new, and we've got a commissioner now from a neighboring city here, the newest one in Winter Springs. Oh, it's not Winter Springs' fault that we don't clear out the creeks. Do you know whose fault it is? It's Castleberry, Longwood, Winter Park, Maitland. They're the ones who are flooding your streets. Really? So that creek that's not cleared out, that's not Winter Springs' problem? Government should only be doing a few things. Government is not here to entertain people, okay? Government is here to do very few things. Public safety, that's your police, okay? When you flush your toilet, you don't have something else running in your yard. That your streets don't flood, that your bridges work, and that you don't have potholes. That's what the role of government is. The role of government is not to not plan for future eventualities, like a business has to, and go ahead and save when you have to save. So later on, when you do have to build a wastewater plant, you have the money to do it, and you don't have to raise taxes, raise regulations, make government bigger. I'm the small government candidate in our race. I'm the non-statist in all races. And I just need one thing from you guys. Some of you live in Winter Springs, those of you who don't. I'm very simple to find. If you go on YouTube, put Paul Diaz, Winter Springs, I'll pop right up. Okay? If you put Paul Diaz Winter Springs in Facebook, I'll pop right up. Send me a friend request, follow my page. Please like and share my content. When you do that, the word gets out. The algorithms pick it up, and guess what? We win. At least, if nothing else, put one person on the Winter Springs City Commission that could be a check and balance on power for big government. Thank you, guys. All right.